Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair just had another big moment. We'll also check out what's up with Brock Lesnar, Gunther, and more. Starting things off with Gunther and everything that's going on with him right now. Right around spring 2025, things were looking pretty rough for Gunther. WrestleMania 41 saw Gunther tap out to Jey Uso to lose the World Heavyweight Championship. And then, just 1 month after that, Gunther's next premium live event match was against Pat McAfee. And like we saw in WWE Unreal Season 2, multiple members of the creative team pitched the idea of Gunther actually losing to Pat. Thankfully, that did not end up happening. Gunther did end up defeating Pat. And right after that, in late spring, things started to go in Gunther's way again. He won back the World Heavyweight Championship and defeated Goldberg in July in Goldberg's final match, therefore retiring Goldberg. And that was the beginning of this career-killing gimmick for Gunther. Follow that up just 5 months later, and Gunther was now retiring John Cena and making him tap out. Then, literally 48 hours after retiring John Cena, Gunther's program with AJ Styles kicked off, which brings us to the 2026 Royal Rumble match between Gunther and AJ Styles. The outcome of this match was spoiled several days in advance by Nakamura, and as much as fans did not want to believe what Nakamura posted, it did turn out to be true. AJ Styles had his eyes set on the 2026 Royal Rumble being the date of his final retirement, and that's exactly what happened. AJ Styles faded out to Gunther's sleeper hold, and that was the end of AJ's career. In the span of 7 months, Gunther has now retired Goldberg, John Cena, and AJ Styles. And Gunther's not stopping there at all. Reports claim that WWE just filed for some trademark rights to the nickname of Career Killer, which is something that the commentary team have been referring to Gunther as during the last few weeks. So the fact that they're filing for the rights to Career Killer, that tells us that they're going to go all in on this gimmick and character direction for Gunther. It's an act that's here to stay. It's going to be an official nickname for Gunther moving forward, and they will use that nickname on all of Gunther's related pieces of merchandise. With them locking up the rights to Career Killer, this means that we will continue to see Gunther and careers in WWE in the near future. The most rumored and talked about next target for Gunther to retire is Brock Lesnar. This is the match that Gunther himself has labeled as his biggest dream match, and according to the latest rumors, we could see Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2026, in a match where Brock Lesnar will have his career on the line. This sort of character and gimmick really worked well back in the day with Randy Orton as the Legend Killer, and it's a very similar idea. Randy saw a lot of old-timers still hanging around, and he made it his mission to take them out, and it led to absolutely great matches, stories, and moments. But fans are definitely a bit mixed about this career killer direction for Gunther. He retired 3 mega names, Goldberg, John Cena, and now AJ Styles. But in all 3 of those retirement matches, it was a bit off because we basically knew it was the last match of those huge stars going into it. Goldberg made it clear that it was his last match, win or lose. John Cena advertised a whole year in advance that December 2025 would be his last match, and AJ Styles also revealed he was retiring in 2026. So all 3 cases so far, it doesn't really feel like Gunther put this shocking end to their careers because all 3 men were already expecting to retire after their match. So that part is something that fans are talking about. Something else fans have been asking is, how long will this gimmick go on for before becoming stale and predictable? It feels like it may already be getting to that point already, considering the 3 names already on the list and the filing for the rights to Career Killer. Gunther is not going to lose any retirement matches from here on out. If Gunther versus Brock Lesnar takes place at SummerSlam, sure, people will be hyped for the match itself, but considering Gunther's gimmick and story direction they have him on, the outcome of the match is already spoiled. If Brock's career is on the line at SummerSlam, Gunther's going to win the match. So now they'll be doing the same story and program for the 4th time in just 1 full calendar year, and that's when things could start to feel repetitive, and fan fatigue may start to kick in now. If Gunther is just a 100% win percentage in retirement matches, there's no real intrigue there about Gunther losing those matches. The audience will basically start to know what's coming, and now that Gunther's opponent has absolutely no shot in winning. So that's the dangerous line that they're walking in with this act. It's a cool idea and gimmick, but if you do too much of it, the fans will get exhausted and burnt out of basically seeing the same thing over and over again. As far as the reasoning and potential payoff of Gunther retiring everybody, we may be a few years away from actually seeing that payoff. The obvious payoff would be a young superstar who saw all their heroes get retired by Gunther finally decide to step in and confront Gunther and convince Gunther to put his career on the line against them. And if Gunther agrees to that match and the young superstar defeats Gunther, well, Gunther will now be the one off riding into the sunset of retirement, and that young star that finally took Gunther down would have all this momentum and have the torch passed to him. But that payoff obviously is many, many years away when Gunther will decide to retire for himself. So it definitely is a controversial topic right now amongst the fans. Some people like this whole career killer gimmick, while others feel like it's already ran its course. We'll see how this story continues to unfold, and if they're going to keep the act going, hopefully we see some new elements to the future feuds to keep things feeling fresh and different from the first 3 retirement programs. The 2026 Royal Rumble was a very important date for the current story between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Ever since Charlotte missed that episode of SmackDown from being sick, it has been one thing after the other that's been slowly dragging Alexa and Charlotte apart from each other. And the Royal Rumble kept this theme going in a major way. Charlotte Flair came out as the #1 entrant in the Women's Royal Rumble match, and Alexa came out as number 2. This established instant tension because in normal circumstances, the first 2 entrants are supposed to fight each other, but Alexa and Charlotte hesitated to do so. They teased it a few times there in the opening moments of the Rumble, but they ultimately decided to have each other's backs and help each other. But that plan came to an abrupt end when Charlotte accidentally eliminated Alexa Bliss while trying to eliminate other women. This led to Alexa falling on the outside mat, looking like a mixture of being angry, sad, and heartbroken all at once, while Charlotte shared a similar expression right back at Alexa. The elimination was done in a way where it was a bit ambiguous and pretty much left up to the viewer to decide if Charlotte meant to eliminate Alexa or not. It's one of those scenarios where you can say it was a complete accident and that Charlotte did not mean to eliminate Alexa within that moment. Or you can say that Charlotte fully knew what she was doing and tried to sneakily eliminate Alexa in that fashion on purpose. For Alexa, it definitely seems like she will believe that Charlotte eliminated her on purpose. Alexa was already skeptical about Charlotte's sickness-related absence from a few weeks ago, so with that doubt already in Alexa's head, it seems like she'll naturally lean more in the direction of feeling like Charlotte purposely screwed her over at the Royal Rumble. Things are just continuing to get horrible there between those 2 characters, and it certainly feels like we're on expressway right now of watching Alexa and Charlotte fully fall out with each other. Like we've been saying, since the cracks in the team first started showing, WrestleMania 42 sure does seem like a great spot for Alexa versus Charlotte's singles match. So if that's the plan, that means the breakup storyline will immensely intensify here over the next few weeks. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.